sleep articles that we had to read. So, first up, how much sleep do teens need? 8 to 9 hours. Without getting enough sleep, you can have an increased chance of obesity, increased depression, which also leads to increased suicide risk and longer recovery from sickness and just more sickness. So sleep helps us stay healthy, helps us stay positive, and has many other benefits as well. Computer screens can help keep us awake because the bluish light they give off mimics the morning sky, and your brain says, wake up, and releases wake up chemicals in response. One thing you can do is turn your device onto night mode, and it will change it to more of a yellowish screen, which won't wake you up quite as much. In the other article, Dreaming Makes Perfect, 99 college students were tested on a maze. And so they had to go through a computer maze, and NREM sleep stands for non-rapid eye movement sleep. So there's REM sleep where your eyes are rapidly moving underneath your eyelids. And then there's non-rapid eye movement sleep. And this non-rapid eye movement sleep, it turns out, is important for forming memories. So of the 99 individuals, 50 took a nap and 50 didn't. And of the 50 that took a nap, 4 reported dreaming of the maze. And at first they were bad at the maze, but then they improved. And so what we see here is that dreaming helps you practice, whether it's a video game or math or music. Dreaming helps you practice. You practice in your sleep. It's worth noting that individuals who were really good at the game in the beginning didn't dream about the maze. They didn't need to practice. All right, takeaways for your reflection. You could have reflected on a lot of things. So we could have talked about your brain can form better memories when you sleep well. That's one part of what your brain does. It decides what to delete and what to keep. And so it keeps memories. It can reduce depression, we talked about, and help you heal. In fact, your brain drains out byproducts and chemicals that build up in itself, not just in your body while you sleep. So really, are you sleeping enough? Let's find out. And so the lab we're going to do looks at tracking sleep for a week. And so the approximate amount of sleep, we're just going to round it to the nearest half hour, and we're going to shoot for 5 nights. If you get all 7 nights, you get some extra credit, so that's worth it. And so you can scan the code that's on the lab at the bottom, or you can go to the blog later and I'll show you. But first, let's make a prediction. So you need to choose more or less. So in the Google Doc, you need to choose more or less for your sleep. Do you sleep more or less than the average 7th grader? And the second part of our prediction, will females or males sleep more on average? I don't know. I have a guess for both of these, but you have to make your own predictions. And if your prediction turns out wrong, you don't lose points. You just have to realize that it was wrong. So let's think about last night's sleep. What time did you go to bed? Say you went to bed at 10:25. And then you woke up this morning at 6:30. And so you just put those numbers together and you find your total sleep. That is definitely totally wrong. We don't add these numbers. It's helpful to look at a clock. So if we went to bed at 10, we woke up at 6, if we count how many steps along the way, there are 8 hours plus an extra 5 minutes. We don't really need that extra 5 minutes. You can't really see that, but it's 8 hours plus an extra 5 minutes. So we'd just put 8 hours when we rounded. So how do we find this? It's in Google Classroom, but it's also in the blog. So you click that link, and that takes us to our sleep tracker. And in our sleep tracker, you would fill out your information and then click Next. So your class period, your email, your first name, and your gender. Then you would click Sunday, last night's sleep. And then you would pick how many hours you slept. And then you would submit, even though we haven't done all the other nights. And you can go back into this form each morning and update your totals. All right, hopefully that's all. If you have any questions, email me. And good luck.